So Peter of P Square don't come again because he say he go address the EFCC matter. So he can come and come to say I never attempted or tried to use the EFCC to arrest my twin brother Paul. He come to say before I tell you the whole story, here is what I need you all to understand. It's always surprising to me when people say P Square is always bringing their family matters into the public eyes. Let me clarify this. P Square is not just a family, it's a public brand. But Peter, Paul, Jude, Anita, Ifeoma, Lola, and the rest of our family members are family. But P Square is an entity that belongs to the public as much as it does not belong to us. Our fans have played a significant role in our success, so they have the right to know what's happening with their beloved brand P Square. That's why it's understandable when certain aspects of our lives are shared publicly. Now let's go get straight to the point. I want to make it clear that I never reported my twin brother Paul to the EFCC. I know many of you were disappointed when Paul accused me of doing so. He mentioned that I wrote a petition against him which he claimed make the EFCC to ask him to prove a surety. This statement suggested that he was detained, which is not true. Peter, Paul, and Jude own a management company together called Northside Entertainment, which we use to manage all of P Square's affairs. One day, I discovered another company with a similar name, but this one was called Northside Music instead of Northside Entertainment. This surprised me, so I decided to investigate further. And guess what? To my shock, and founders and directors of this secret company were none other than Jude Okoye and his wife Ifeoma Okoye, and the registered address was their family house of Jude Okoye's wife. Still in shock, I knew I had to talk to Paul about it. I approached him multiple times, at least 4 different times, asking if he knew anything about this secret company and the whereabouts of some P Square's royalties. Each time I met with him, he denied knowing anything about it. I want to see the record straight. I hereby challenge Paul or anyone else to show any petition that I, Peter Okoye, ever submitted against my twin brother Paul or that has Paul's name on it. I am still writing this with so much shock because I gave clear instructions to my legal team with a standing order that under no circumstances should Paul be included in my petition. Their focus was to maintain solely on the primary suspect, Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. Since they were the directors of the secret company, Northside Music. Paul's recent interview about the EFCC incident contains a lot of lies. I watched and listened to Paul's interview. I was totally speechless, and I kept asking myself, how does Paul have the audacity to publicly tell lies like this, even with a respected and reputable agency like the EFCC? He claimed I petitioned him, but that's not something that ever happened to Paul. The truth is, this was something that actually happened to Jude. The real story goes back to the shocking discovery I made. But what really got me very upset was finding out that for years, millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of naira were being secretly diverted into this secret company's account, Northside Music, from our own company, Northside Entertainment. This was not just a minor issue. It was a massive betrayal that had been going on for several years. I understand that Paul is angry because I took this matter to the EFCC, and I understand why. However, bearing in mind that I have met Paul and Jude separately and tried to discuss this matter, and it heeded me with no positive answer. In fact, the last time I approached Paul, the conversation got heated up, and he said, and I quote, "Peter, go and do your worst." At this stage, I was left with no other choice but to report to the authorities and take legal actions. Jude was then detained. After being questioned, he came clean and admitted he had been diverting millions of dollars of our money to this secret company that he and his wife were the director of. All of Jude's bank accounts were immediately frozen. He was eventually released on bail after he managed to provide a surety and met the other bail conditions. Meanwhile, further investigations are still ongoing until now. Paul's name was never mentioned in the petition because he was never a director of this secret company. Unless there is something he is hiding from all of us. Paul was only invited for questioning, just like Jason Njoku of Iroko TV, Amma Joan Pinnick, and others who had transactional dealings with Northside Music. The EFCC investigation found out that Northside Music have been secretly collecting P-Square royalties over the years. This royalty money were sent to a bureau de change, then transferred to Jude's personal bank account. A closer look at Jude's account statement revealed that once the money entered his personal account, there were multiple transactions where he was splitting the fund equally with Paul without Peter. This naturally led to some questions. After Jude confessed to diverting the funds, he also told the EFCC that the money he had been sending to Paul for several years wasn't about sharing money behind Peter's back. Instead, it was money he owed Paul from the sales of the house in America, which he was gradually paying back the loan. This is the reason why Paul has been telling everyone that the EFCC has cleared him, as if I ever wanted him to get into trouble with the EFCC. The story is very long, but I will tell it all in due time. For now, I will stop here until the EFCC sends the final report to my legal team. Once this happens, before heading to the law court, I will make the exact petition that doesn't include Paul's name public. I will also release the EFCC final reports, receipts, and other documents related to this secret company, including the CAC registration, bank transactions, and bank statements that Jude set up with his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. May God help us all. Peter Okoye. The problem where you see say these P-Square people, these twins they get, now this their brother where they call Jude. I don't understand. Person where we say you are not a music, they sing song with them. Why are you not diverting the funds meant for this group? Or is it because you people took it as a family business? I thought if you people wanted to share this money, it could have been the three of you sitting down together, share the money equally. Why are you excluding Peter out from these things? Paul too no do well, because if Jude Okoye they do something where we say not correct, courtesy demands that Paul was supposed to even call Peter and say, see what in Jude Okoye they do. That's why I tell you people, I talk them before from the onset, say when people marry, you go see say everybody wife gets suggestion. How is it that Jude Okoye wife come become director for another company where we say that they divert fund, they go there, and then Jude Okoye's wife, if you were a good woman, this is Ifeoma Okoye, you were supposed to do what? Tell your husband, say, what you they do, you no good. It shows that you are a bad woman. You are the architect of all this confusion where they go on in that family. Because if you are a good woman, your husband get this type of dubious mind. You were supposed to tell your husband, say, no, this thing we want to do, no correct. The three of you were into this thing together. May una three sit together. The one way reach us will go manage and like that. But this one, you people exclude the other person. It's not good. Let's call a spade a spade. It's not good. How una go dey exclude this person? They do even Paul self. Rude boy, how can you be doing this kind of thing to your own twins? And you say he should do his worst. If you are the person, won't you do your own worst? It's not correct. This is sweat. Somebody, you people sweat together to build this thing. Then una royalties, now that they use them, one person go dey divert and in family. Now wow, I bet Peter pursue the matter. Let the truth come out. If it's either they pay or if they want to go to jail, let them go to jail. Which kind of brother and sister be this one? Money don't enter, all of una don't become betrayers. They really say money is the root of all evil. Now wow.